What's up friends, Chook here, and welcome to my Monster Hunter World Guide. This guide is aimed at players new to the series, and anyone that may not know or understand certain aspects of the game. If you're a veteran of the series, you'll most likely know everything I mention in this video, but for all the players new to Monster Hunter World, hopefully you'll find something here that will help you in your journey. Capture or carve? What's the difference? So, ultimately, you will get rewards for both. And the easier thing to do in people's eyes is to just kill a monster, carve it up, get its materials, and go home, and then repeat the process for the next monster. However, capturing is actually pretty important and pretty useful to do. Now, like I mentioned, you'll get rewards and materials for doing both, but you'll actually get more rewards for capturing a monster than you will carving a monster. So when you carve a monster, you'll carve it 3 times, and you'll get 3 rewards. With a capture, you'll get a little bit more than that. So we're just in an expedition at the moment in the ancient forest, nothing too fancy or anything. But we're going to go and capture a great Jaguarus because it won't take long to get it down to the capture state. To capture a monster, you need a few things. 1, a trap. You can make either a pitfall trap or a shock trap. And the second thing you need is trank bombs. Now, I've gone over my item loadouts and everything in a previous guide, and this is my just go-to everyday Blade Master item loadout that I have. I always bring with me both traps and 8 trank bombs, just because I got to take some trank bombs. I may as well bring the maximum amount, right? Why not? Just so we are clear with how to make these, if we go over to the traps, the pitfall trap is a trap tool and a net. A net is an ivy and spider webs. So collect any ivy and spider webs that you see, make some nets, combine that with a trap tool to make a pitfall trap. A shock trap is a trap tool and thunderbugs. And thunderbugs are everywhere. And you can also harvest, fertilize, cultivate, whatever the word is, at your tree, at your farm back in base. But effectively what you want to do is you want to fight the monster until you get it into its weakened state where the little skull comes up on the minimap and it starts limping or flying away or whatever it is, or if it goes back to its hut, that's not the right word, its den or nest or something to sleep. That's a good indication that you can capture it. All you do is you put the trap down and lure the monster into the trap. And once it's trapped, you throw the trank bombs, usually just 2, and you will capture the monster and end the quest. There are certain quests where you need to capture a monster, so you need to learn how to do this. You can't just kill everything at all times. There will be times where you have to capture. So that's what we're going to do. The Great Jaguarus will not take very long to get to the weakened state, and I need to pay attention that I don't kill it, otherwise we can't capture it if it's already dead. So you find the monster, here it is, you beat on it until it gets weak. So I'm not going to bother trying to mount it or anything, I'm just going to do as much damage to it as I can in a short amount of time. Still running away. Alright. Now he's going to fight me. Okay. Part broken. Which is good. When you break a part, you also get extra rewards. Shouldn't be too far away now. In fact, I'm just going to back off and see if he's limping yet. No, he seems to be alright. Okay, you can see the skull icon. That means that he is capturable. and he will start limping and going back to his den to sleep. So once we disengage, so we'll just go in here and hide. And he's sniffing for us. Still sniffing. I mean, we could capture him right here. Okay, he found us. So now you just put down any trap you want. So we'll just put down a shock trap, because why not? Okay, there it is. You lure the monster into the shock trap. He's now in the trap. You get your trank bombs. You throw 2. And you have captured a monster. And that's as easy as it is. Now, the benefits of doing this, other than getting extra materials and things, is it's a lot quicker as well. So when a monster gets down to that skull icon, it generally has roughly 30 to like 25 to 30% health left. But often, particularly in high rank and the further on, the harder monsters you fight, when a monster is closer to death, it is quite deadly. It goes into like the super enraged state, and it's enraged for a long time. And particularly if you've already fainted a few times, and if you faint one more time, you fail the quest or something like that, capturing can be a good idea, as it ends the quest right there and then, and you're safe. So it gives you extra rewards. It's a lot safer if you're in trouble, and it's a lot quicker as well. But just to go over again how to trap something, you put a trap down, you lure the monster into the trap. You can do this in a lot of different ways, where like you could just stand on the opposite side of the trap and let the monster like try and attack you. You could put some raw meat down to get it to come and try and eat the meat and fall into the trap. You can use a mantle a certain mantle to lure it over. There's multiple different ways to get a monster into a trap. But once it's in one of your traps and it's stuck, you then throw your 2 trank bombs and you will trap the monster, just as we have done here. So if we decide to leave Expedition and go back to Astera, for instance, we can't because we're in combat, so let me just quickly get out of combat. Because the mini Jaggeresses are dumb. And like they saw us walk in here and they're like, oh, where did you go? So if we go back home, we'll see the rewards that we get. So you can see there, quite a bit of rewards. We got a claw, a mane, a hide, a bone, scale, claw, mane. If you carve, you only get 3 rewards. This, you get a lot more. Ultimately, the best thing you can do is to break all parts of a monster. So, for instance, like cut its tail off, break its horns, break its wings, whatever the monster be. So the ultimate is to break all of its parts and then capture it, because you get extra rewards for breaking parts, and then you get extra rewards for capturing. But that can't always be done, right? That's an ideal, absolute best situation. But in general, depending on what you need, capturing is fairly useful, and can definitely be a better way of getting a particular items that you need instead of carving. But hopefully that has helped you know the difference between capturing and carving, what the benefits are, and how to do it. If that helps, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.